there's like probably crazy stuff in the background, but at this point in time in my life, she doesn't care. I'm in a better mood than I was before I was gonna start recording. So funny, woke up, had the worst night's sleep because things, I'm on my period, my organs don't like me. They work, but they don't like me. Anyway, so I'm getting ready to go to my dance class that I'm really excited for. Shout out to Models Inc. I'm going to their Beige Hella Master class, and I'm really excited because it's been a hot summer since I danced. And I went yesterday and my body is in excruciating pain. She really hit, you know, but I'm kind of used to it because I was a dancer. Me going to this class is kind of like a bit of self-care because it's something that I want to do for a super long time. Yeah, so I'm just like kind of super proud of myself. I'm just gonna give myself a pat on the back real quick because I rarely ever do. When I'm on my period and I have double cramp, I have a prescription of 800 milligrams of ibuprofen. The fact that I made it a point in my life to not let my period define me or stop my productivity, I just feel like that's some bad bitchery. That's some bad bitchery. I watched a sermon this morning. You know, I'm just in a good mood. Waking up this morning and just like thinking about like my YouTube channel in general, being socially aware, being self-aware. I think about a lot of things. This is not new. I'm Sagittarius, Gemini moon. I think a lot. If you are offended easily and you're made uncomfortable by people talking about their race theory, how their race affects them navigating capitalistic theory, how that falls into the algorithm of YouTube. If you get offended by me talking about my experience, my Black experience, don't watch this video. If you want to, you know, enlighten yourself, if you want to learn more, see if you resonate with what I'm gonna say, keep watching. This is kind of the content that I wanted to move on into. I'm working on this because I haven't been the best at this. I'm going to try to get my description box made before I upload the video and videos in general, but everything I'm using is going to be linked in the description box down below. Let me look at my list. I'm kind of like hovering around the topic of navigating life right now as a Black woman, as a Black girl. Let me just be blunt, a Black girl that likes K-pop and everything that comes with, you know, liking K-pop and all that jazz. I like, you know, listening to podcasts. I like watching commentary videos. I like watching just like critical thought. That's my favorite type of content, and I want to make more content like that, like very thought-provoking, very enlightening, very just like different perspective. If I'm gonna do lifestyle on here, like that needs to be the lifestyle because that's more so self-development. Should I call it lifestyle or self-development? I don't know. It's kind of teeters between that. That's what I see when I think of lifestyle. It's not like meal prepping and shit. Like, no, like we're gonna here to talk. We're gonna unpack. We're going to make ourselves better. I'm gonna mention two main YouTubers. I might change it later. I don't know. One, I like recently just started watching her videos, and the other is a guy that like he just randomly popped up on my YouTube. We're gonna talk about him first. It's this guy named Arpi Park.
Hi. Hi.
One of his most popular videos came on my feed. It was talking about college, and watching it, it kind of made me want to go back to school. Like, not gonna lie, no one was ever honest about not being a school person in college. Is not the type of person that he described in that video. He says this himself, but a kid also goes to Stanford. I don't know. The type of person that he described, I was like, that is literally me. He said something around the lines of people that it's not just like you're lazy in general, it's just like you're lazy when it comes to school, when there's like things that you're just uninterested in. Sometimes you have to have a routine, and that might seem like very elementary and very like, you know, like a duh, but it's not apparent to everyone. The way he explained it, it was just like, wow, like maybe I can try this method and see if it works going back to school, because being in school, especially college, I was already insecure about me being smart. I guess I just had different ways of learning and different work ethics from everyone else when you have ADHD. Actually, I don't want to say that because I'm not diagnosed, but like sometimes you can tell. Also, remember that I am a Nigerian girl. Nobody was taking me to the hospital to get an ADHD test when I was 6 years old. You know what I mean? Maybe I can like try school again and see what it works out. But do you even want to go to school? That's a whole nother story. Overall, watching his video and some of his other videos, I resonated a lot. But also, I don't know if I've talked about this on my channel before, like in the depth. This is me being so vulnerable. Oh my god, you guys, did my nail literally just pop off and no one told me? What the frick frack? I'm screaming. Wow. anyway, if you have eyes, you can see that the kid is Asian. And later on, I found out that he was Korean. I'm literally gonna go to a dance class and I'm putting on makeup for videos. Why would you ever put on makeup going to a class? You're gonna sweat. That's dumb. Once I started to become self-aware, how do I ease you guys into this? I was trying to say that I've been in this limbo area after I've become more self-aware from like my career boost stage, just being very ignorant on a lot of things, and coming from a place where I was very so much into K-pop, but I almost romanticized Korean culture and Korean people. I don't want to say fetishize, that's not what I mean. How a lot of K-pop stans do nowadays, but more so it's like more focused on K-pop, which I understand because K-pop idols, whatever, that's the whole industry. It's to be romanticized, but it's like when you take in regular, everyday, average Joe people and putting that on them, it's like it don't work that well because remember, they're people. But coming out of that and becoming more self-aware about, you know, how I was thinking of Korean people and that whole genre and how I thought of Korean culture because of that, getting out of that, I started to question myself all the time. Like, say if I would see a YouTube video, I'm like, ooh, I like this video, this is like on my recommended for a reason. Am I watching it? Am I like prompting to click it because I say Korean person, or am I prompting to click it because of the title, because I'm like, ooh, this might be a good video to watch if it's not already Korean related? And that's just the discourse I just wanted to bring up, so I hope this makes sense. It's almost like I'm trying to like catch myself in the act if I still think that way, because I don't want to think that way. I've had conversations with my friends so many times, like I don't know if this relates to this directly, but I remember having a conversation with my friend and talking about how when you hear K-pop in like a store for the first time, it's like it's this thing that I'm a part of a community online for that's in my real life. And I mean, it's not like that nowadays, but like back, I would say like late 2000s, oh that's so gross to say, the late 2000s to like the 2000 teens, early 2000 teens, like K-pop was not like a normal thing. Like you were weird if you listened to K-pop. A couple years ago, like if you listened to like Asian music period, you were a weirdo. It's like hearing K-pop in the store for the first time is just like, well, this is not supposed to be here. Like, where did this come from? Like, it's just very foreign. It's a foreign feeling because you're a part of this community online where it was like a group of misfits. And I'm only speaking for like the international K-pop community. It's like this subculture that was formed where all of us used to, you know, get to share how we feel about, you know, K-pop and our favorite idols and the music and things that we want to learn about Korean culture and all that. But when it's like a piece of it is in real life, it's like, you're not supposed to be here. Like, where did this come from? Like, this is too new. But the problem with it is that a lot of times, and I'm even a participant of this, you would put that on Korean people as well. And this is the thing, like some people have the experience of, like me, I grew up going to schools that are predominantly Black, Hispanic, Latino. I didn't have a lot of Eastern Asian friends growing up. Being exposed to that culture online or through media and then seeing it in real life, it's kind of like, okay, your two worlds are meeting, but your perception is very skewed and warped. What you see on TV isn't how it is in real life. So seeing this thing online and building a subculture from it and then seeing it in real life, you're expecting it for it to be the same thing when it's not. When you're putting how you feel about K-pop on Korean people, it just makes things really weird. I started to question myself, like, am I attracted to this type of video or this person because this or this? Is it because it's a Korean dude, or is it because like I actually want to hear what he's saying? And a lot of times it's kind of like both. There might be a percentage that's higher than the other. Like obviously I clicked on the video because I was like, oh, like this sounds nice, like his thumbnail was quirky, like I was like, oh, I'm into that. But then like I was like, that's interesting. Did I click on this because he was a Korean guy? Okay, I don't want to make it like make him feel bad. Like he's not the most attractive to me, so it wouldn't be like that. In my mind, am I like more drawn to this because I see an Asian face? This is so, I'm being so vulnerable. He had a video talking about K-pop boys and Korean fetishization, like is the internet fetishizing Korean guys. Before he even got to the part of the video, I was like, definitely yes, like this is a thing, like this is not new. But he started to talk about like his personal experience with it because he is Korean, and this has been really stuck with me. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is tea. Like he said that, you know, growing up, or just like in general, like he just never had a type, right? Don't quote me on this, just watch the video, I'll link it down below, at least I'll try to. He never had a type, but the people that, but the type of people that were attracted to him, were usually Asian girls. He said everyone that was interested in him when he was younger was Asian girls, and as he got older, he noticed, you know, people that would be into him, he wouldn't usually think would be into him. And then he did some stalking and realized that all those people that were all of a sudden into him followed BTS's Instagram. I just find that so crazy and so interesting. Why do I keep applying stick foundation? It's not even a lot, but I just feel like, why am I putting on makeup? It's very interesting seeing from his perspective, because like that's not often shared. Well, at least on my online communities, it's kind of like you should know this because they're a person type thing. I'm not gonna talk about K-pop stars because some of y'all are not self-aware, and it shows. This person that's being affected by this on the other end, or is at the end of the spectacle, is, of course they feel that way because they're human, but just seeing someone say it like out loud through a YouTube video, it just like struck a chord with me. He started to talk about like certain trends on the internet, Korean boys are trends, how like it kind of hurt his feelings, like maybe these girls or these people are just attracted to me because blah blah blah. And I was just like, you know, yeah, maybe, but you'd only hope that people would be attracted to you for your personality, your intellect, you know, for the type of content that you make. But a lot of times, oftentimes than not, when you're clicking on a YouTube video, or when you're dating someone, we're not really talking about dating, we're going to talk more about YouTube, only see, you know, their face. To not delve too deep into that than I already have, I digress. That kind of brought me to this place of, you know, when people click on YouTube videos, and this is where it gets emotional, only really see, you know, they see if it's a good title, it's gonna pop up on the recommended, and then the thumbnail is gonna get them drawn in. Kind of brought me into like this inevitable thought that, well, at least I would think that a lot of people that look like me in YouTube face, am I not as popular because I'm black? A lot of people probably already turned off the video as soon as it said. This is a thought that I have. If you are a minority somewhere, things might get political very, very quickly. And this might get triggering. Sometimes you have to be careful with that because not everything is political. And assuming that everything is political, or so-and-so is doing this just because I'm black, or so-and-so is doing this just because I'm queer, so-and-so might be doing this because I'm a woman. Even though that you might have experiences like this multiple times, like I have, you can't navigate every situation like that, okay? Good, we know this, cool. But it's a thing, so you can't not acknowledge it, right? Being in the niche of YouTube that I am in, there's not a lot of black people. Kind of like leaves more space. We're like, oh, like since there's less black people here, there's more room for me to shine. My biggest qualm with that is the fact that I just personally feel like dark-skinned black women, it's kind of harder to do things on YouTube. And I'll get into what I mean by that a little bit later. Talking about another YouTuber, I watched Arnell Armand's video, and it was just a video that was super, super sweet, and it was titled, "Watch This When You Need To." She was just talking about when you're in a space of blessing and you're in a space where things are going right, but since you might have had traumatic experiences, or you've had a lot of times where things have like all of a sudden gone wrong, and that's happened to you so many times, that you're always on edge when good things are happening to you. And that is literally me. Even though like my friends, ooh, don't get emotional, even though my friends always tell me like, peace, like you've done all this and you're only a baby, like you're literally 20. Ooh, I don't got a nail one. Let's do it without the nail. My friend Rosie tells me all the time, like, you're still so young. Give yourself a pat on the back, like you don't give yourself enough credit. Yeah, you're right, but like it's hard. So I'm always trying to be prepared, and it's exhausting, it's stressful. Seeing so many people, and this is kind of like teeter-tottering to what I was talking about before, seeing so many people like, you know, surpass you and just like, you know, get opportunities and get to places where you're not. Sometimes like you see other people and you're like, wow, like this is a really cool YouTuber. Oh, they make similar content to mine. How many views they get? Oh, they've only been on here for like 9 months. Already have like 100K, and it's just like, damn, like What time is it? This video is everywhere. I'm sorry. I don't try to do clickbaity titles, but now recently I have been, because I'm like, okay, do I want to be seen or do I want to be authentic? I was editing at my job. My coworker comes up to me. I was like putting it in the description box for my last video, and he was like, are you the black girl? I got embarrassed a little bit. It was just like, okay, like how do I explain K-beauty and Korean stuff, and like the demographic is not really blah blah and blah blah blah, blah, and I'm not, this is the niche that doesn't really have a lot of black people, and it's a lot. It's a wormhole. I tried to explain it in the most simple way that I could, and he was like, oh, okay. Oh, I can feel the judgment. With YouTube, it's almost, you can make whatever content that you want, because you guys know like my content is very, well, I like to see it, my friends tell me that when I get insecure, that my content is very authentic and it's very true to me. But like when it comes to thumbnails and titles, it might just seem like every other video, just because I'm trying to get my name out there, I'm trying to be seen. You gotta make sure you're true to yourself, make sure you this and that, and I can reflect that in my content. But like when people see the thumbnails to my video, it kind of seems disingenuous. That literally is something that keeps me up at night. This is personal. Ew. I'm literally just gonna do a flush of color in my face. I feel like I have to do all this work, and maybe this is me not being self-aware enough, because people can be like, well, we all do this, but I still believe there's just like, there's some outside factors that are beyond my control that are, you know, keeping me in this position. But like sometimes I just don't like to think like that. Sometimes I'm just like, you know, keep going, like don't think about, you know, the logics, and don't be so pessimistic. Definitely people that have been in my position now, and you know, in 2 months are in a very, very different drastic position. It's just kind of hard to see that when like, I guess like the odds are against you. Who do I think I am? Woe is me. Like, this is such a first world problem. Then this is also something that is affecting my day-to-day life. This is my life as of right now. I don't have any really big career plans, because I want to use this as like my catapult into that. Being in the place I am now, I don't have access to that. If I could use the internet as like my gateway to get to where I want to be, why the hell not? Wow, this is a lot of blue. It's okay. You know, honestly, I'm kind of down with that. Like, I think it looks pretty hot. Oh, I should have put on contacts. Oh well. I wanted this to be very 2000s-esque, but I don't know what I'm giving you right now. I think this looks really good. It looks so messy, and I love it. I don't know what I can capitalize on YouTube. Like, what is, well, I guess I should know that, but obviously I struggle with knowing what trends should I engage in, what trends are like literally not for me. Like, get out of there, put it back in the dryer. I hate like how I never know where to put my blush, so I put it like on my cheek, below my eye, and it just looks not cohesive. I used to think like pink and blue was just so tacky, and it was and still is, but like it depends on how you do it, you know? Some people can't pull it off, some people can. I'm one of the people that can. I'm into it. Thank you guys so much for watching. You guys, this is the finished look. Again, everything that I used in today's video will be linked in the description box down below. I'm running late. I need to call my Uber. It's 3 o'clock. I need to go. My dance class starts at 4 and I'm doing an Uber pool. So we're gonna see when we get there, and hopefully I get a ticket and don't go there for nothing. This is the finished look. I think it looks really, really good. Really, really cute. Be sure to give this video a big thumbs up if you liked it. To subscribe if you like my content. Follow me on Instagram and on Twitter, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Peace.